After dropping Game 1 at home, the Boston Celtics came into Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals looking to even up the series at 1 apiece before heading back to Miami for Games 3 and 4. Unfortunately for them, Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat had other ideas. In another classic Jimmy Butler playoff performance, the Heat took Game 2 and will now head home where they are undefeated in the playoffs with a 2-0 lead. And it really is incredible what the Heat are doing this postseason, and it's not just Butler. The team is full of dogs who play hard, never give up. They've trailed by double digits in a bunch of playoff games, and yet they still find a way to come back and win. I think it's quite apparent that the Celtics are the more talented team, but the Heat play harder and have a better coaching staff. The Celtics played pretty well for 3 quarters tonight, but ultimately they succumbed to the same mistakes they've been making all season at the end of games: poor shot selection, bad defense, and dumb turnovers. I think we keep waiting for the Celtics to turn the corner and start dominating, but maybe Boston has already showed us who they are. They struggled through the last 2 series against teams they were clearly better than, and now they're struggling again. I thought the NBA on TNT crew brought up a great point after the game when talking about Tatum versus Butler. They said everyone's going to talk about Butler after this game, even though he had a lot of help, and it's because of how he closed the game. Meanwhile, Tatum may have been statistically better than Butler, but he didn't show up in the spots that he needed to. Butler is really good at picking his spots, and he's good at using motivation from other players who like to talk trash, such as Grant Williams. That being said, I don't think this victory for the Heat or loss for the Celtics is Grant Williams' fault necessarily. I think that Boston has choked at the end of a lot of games this season, and Jimmy has done this exact thing to a lot of teams this postseason, so I think it's just another episode in that series. I don't think it's Grant Williams' fault. So Boston's in a lot of trouble going back to Miami. What's going to be a must-win game for them. They've bounced back every time they needed to so far in the playoffs. Can they do it again? We'll see. If they're going to do that, they need much better play from Tatum and Brown at the end of games. Otherwise, the number 8 seed Miami Heat is headed to the NBA Finals. Pretty crazy.